Hi, welcome back to another tutorial. We're going to do another transition today. This burst thing transition that you're seeing here is what we're going to be doing today. Let's get right to it. As always, we scroll down to Fusion Transitions. We pick Cross Dissolve, drag it in there. Click on it, right click on it and open in Fusion page. It opens in Fusion page, we disconnect by clicking on the delete cross dissolve. The first thing we do, Control and spacebar on the keyboard and type drip and add drip. Drag this up to the viewer, and what we want to do is we want to right click on amplitude, modify with anime curves, phase, modify with anime curves, and set frequency to 1.5. And so we'll see what we've done. Fantastic. Let's move on. So from here, we move on to the next step. We create this, we drag a merge node here, an ellipse node, and this ellipse we want to connect height. Right click on height and click on expression, connect it to width, then right click on width, modify with anime curves. We go to modifiers, we take this to like maybe let's say 1.5. Let's make the easing expo, and we can also set this to happen in. So when we set time scale to 2, what we are trying to say is that the animation should finish by the half. It should happen twice as fast, so it should finish by half of the length of the composition. And in this particular case, I want this animation to start somewhere around here, so I'll say 0.15. So if we play this, you'll see what we've done. Something like that. That's what we've done, which is fantastic. So I place this footage on the foreground. I find the background. I drop the alpha to 0. Connect this to the background node of merge 1. And connect this ellipse to this mask node. If we drag this merge to this viewer, you'll see what it does. Something like that. So we move here, let's disconnect this. I want to add one more thing here. Control spacebar, mosaic blur. We connect this to the input of the mosaic blur. We drag this to the viewer. Now for the mosaic blur, I want this to be an hexagon, this to the anti-aliasing to be like 1.1, pixel frequency to be around 15. Now let's see what we've done. Yeah, so that's what we want. Close. Let's put it in the middle a bit so we can see. Yeah, something like this. Let me see if I drop this. Something like that. 15 is still fine. Okay, so now that we have this, what we want to do is I want to create a situation where as the white comes through, another black comes through, right? Now we drag this to this, right? So that is already set. So if you view this now, you'll see that, right? Which is good. So what we want to do in this instance, we go to merge, we go to settings, and we say apply mask inverted. So it wipes it off, right? So we are done with that. Let's go to the middle here. Now this mosaic blur, I want a situation where the output of this, let me bring a time speed node. So time speed node is used to delay a particular animation. So what I want to do is drag the output of this into the input of this, right? And I create a merge node, drag a merge node, put this as the background of that, and then drag this also to the input of this. We drag this to the viewer. We go to operator, So if we go to time speed, let's increase the delay by, let's say 3, and we drag it. You see what it did there? When you play, that's what we want. So now that we've done this, we'll go here, we'll drag another merge node, drag this media into the foreground here, and drag a background node and connect that to the background node there. Let's pull this up so it looks tidier, or let's put it there like that. This here, this here. Hold down Alt on the keyboard and do that. Yeah, so we now drag this as the mask input of this merge. I think I want to drag this down here, do another pipe here so it looks tidy. If we go here, we play what we've got, so that's what we want. This background, I drop the alpha to 0. So now we use this and feed this into a particle system. Drag particle emitter down to the node grid, drag a polygon node. I want to draw the particles that I want this particle emitter to emit. I drag a background node, connect this to the mask input of background 3, go to background 3, go to image, uncheck auto resolution, set the width to 100, height to 100. Then we go to polygon. Let's drag this background node to the viewer, and let's go to polygon. Let's draw a random polygon. Then particle emitter, you see that there's no input to the particle emitter right now, so I click on particle emitter, I go to style, point, I pick bitmap, and I connect this to the particle emitter. But I still want the color of the particle to be dictated by this input here. So I click on particle emitter, I go to region, under region, I click there and I pick bitmap. Now this appears, then I connect this to that. And I use this. Fantastic. I go to particle emitter, I go to style, the size, I set this to 3. Set this to 3. Size variance, I leave all that. I go to controls for velocity. I set the angle to -90. Set the velocity to, let's set it to maybe that. Let's get a particle renderer and drag that to the viewer. Now I want this to be a 2D particle system. So I go to particle emitter. I want this particle to start generating just around the middle of the composition. So I go to particle emitter. I right click on this modify with animal curves. The number, I want the numbers to be like 3 particles. I want the easing to be expo, and maybe this one none. We'll adjust it subsequently. Then we move on to 2, and there it is. So we go here. That's what we want, but I want the movement to be faster. So I stop it, go to particle emitter, go to tools, I go here. Let's give it 0.75. Let's play that. Fantastic, that's good. So we go to particle emitter, add a little bit of style till we go to blur. Let's drag this to like 0.5, get the focus to that and drag this back a little. Let's play it. Let's play it slowly to see if that blur takes over. So you see that blur there? That's what I wanted to achieve with that. Now let's add a bit of turbulence to this. So I type p-turb and add. Now let's put turbulence. Let's add just some random values. Leave the seed the way it is, and let's see what we've done. there's one other thing we need to do on particle limiter just to make it more random. Go to controls, go to rotation. Let's drop this to 30, variance to 60. Go to spin. This one also to like maybe 15, this to like 60. Let's see what we've done. Yeah, that's it. So now we need to create 3 copies of this whole thing we've done. We disconnect particle renderer. I copy this, paste, and paste. Now the only thing I also change here is I go to polygon. And I adjust the shape to something different. I also go to this. It tells you I put this like that. Just make it just look a little random. And you now go click on an empty space, control space bar, P merge. You can copy this and paste again. And then we drag this here to connect there, connect to the sequence you connect in. Doesn't really matter for what we're doing here, so you can just drag it in. Then we go here, we can copy this turbulence, paste here, connect through this turbulence, connect here, adjust the seed for this turbulence, adjust the seed for this turbulence, not just the seed for that turbulence. Then I want to change the particle emitter speed for this to 1 and for this to 1.5. So it looks a bit more random. So if you play this, you'll see it's only showing this one. It's because we've not connected this to the particle emitter here. So we drag this, connect to that, drag that, connect to this, and there we go. One other thing I'd like to change is the blur here. I'd like to drag this a bit more here, go to style, then increase this, drag this a bit more, put this a bit more, a bit more, 0.8. Slow it down, see what is happening here. I want this to happen a bit more. See. Yeah, something like that. So if you go and play it, yeah. That's better. Now we move on. Let me see what I did here. Now this curve here, I need to adjust it. So I go to custom curves, drag this here, and drag that up here. Click here, 1. 0.5. Click here, 0.5. Then this one, 0. And do the same thing for this one. Custom. I wish I had done this before I duplicated the particle emitters, but yeah, here we go. 0. Click on here, 1, 0.5. Same thing for this one, double click, custom, click, drag, click, drag. So I'm typing in the figures just to make it more accurate. Ctrl Z, this is fine, click on this, 1, 0.5. And let's see what we've done. So I need to change, there's a particular now this is happening a little too soon. I want it to happen, I want it to appear around this point. So I go to particle emitter, go here, go to tools, the lifespan, where is it? Scroll up, lifespan, I go here, I right click on it, expression, right, put comp dot render end, which is the length of the comp. I want to add 1 to it, put it in parentheses. Then I want it to last half the life of the comp. So I copy this, and paste it into lifespan for each of the particle emitters. Expression, paste, and let's play it. So what I also need to do here is go to modifiers. This, I need to move this backwards a bit. So I go to this place, I move this back 0.4, move this back 0.6, no, sorry, 0.4. Here 0.4, here 0.4. It's fine. Here 0.4, here 0.4. Go here, stop this, go to tools, start color, no, not start color, use color from region. Go here, use color from region. Here, use color from region. Play that. Surveillance. Strength of our life. Go here and turn this up. Strength of our life. Turn that up. This one, strength of our life. Strength of our life. What we need to also do now, because what is happening is this ellipse is happening a lot later, so we can drag this down a bit so it doesn't look so. So if we play this now, it's picking from the region. I put this to 0. That is what we want. So I click stop. Now we have p-render. So what I've been looking for is for a way to start it to just blow up like that. Fantastic. So we go here. This now forms that we drag and merge node here. We connect this to the background, connect this to the foreground. Let's view what we've done. That is what we've done. That's what we've done. Beautiful, beautiful. So we go to this. We want to put a little jazz on the media in too. So we click on here. We get the displace node. Control space bar, displace. Enter. Drag that here. We use the same ellipse here. Let's copy this. Let's paste it. Then I want to copy the same time speed here and the merge. Copy. There's no point reinventing the word, we made one already. I connect this to there. And I connect this to this. Let me arrange this a bit. And I connect this to the green input of the displace. Right? But before I do that, let me check what this looks like. there. Looks like that. Now I don't want the edge to be so sharp, because if we look at this displace now, see how it looks? Nah, not looking so good. And I want it to be slightly delayed, so that as the transition here happens, this one is slightly delayed. So if I want to do that, let's say I move this 2 up, let's click Control Space Bar, bring another time speed node, add. So I connect that to this, I connect this to that. Now this I can delay it by, let's say 2. Then we go to displace. On displace refraction strength, let's put 0.5 or 0.75. Okay, so let's stop it in the middle so we see what we're doing here. Now I don't want this to happen so early. I want it to happen somewhere around here. So I can increase this to like 4. Yeah, so it's happening around here. Then the edges are too sharp. I need to go to the ellipse and soften the edge right like that. So when it happens, something like that, it's a little too fast. So I go to modifiers, I change this to sign, yeah, so it looks a little bit better. Then the speed, I make it 1 instead. Great. So now that we've done that, let's create another merge node. Connect this to the background and connect this to the foreground. Bring up the media out node, connect this to the media out node. Let's see what we've done. So this is a little too delayed. So I go to time speed, I drop this to maybe 2. Let's see how it looks. And I think we're good to go. The only thing now is this time speed. Maybe I should reduce the distance maybe to 2. Let's see how that looks. Maybe make it 1. Let's see. Better. So now we're done with the transition. Beautiful. Now let's make it into a macro. And reduce all the spaces in between. Select all this, move it up a bit. Select all this, move it up a bit. Come on, select all that, move it down a bit. And we're good to go. Let's make a macro out of this. So as usual, we select from down here. Select from down here, from media in 1. Before we go on to select, there are a few things we need to do. This won't work because media in 1 has 2 output nodes. So one of the things we get to do is, let's move this closer to there. Let's add a pipe node. So I hold down Alt, I click, then I drag from here to connect to that. Then there's this gimmick I told you about before that I do on my transitions. Let's add a merge node here. Add another merge node here. This makes it that using this transition on a text or whatever it is you're using it on, it will work. So we click, drag this to the foreground, drag this to the foreground. A full explanation of this is in previous videos, especially my first video. Then this background will be drop down to 0. We right click on this, click swap inputs, click there, right click on it, swap inputs. And now we're ready to turn this into a macro. So I click, I select all these, right from media in 1 to media in 2, right click on any of the nodes and click on macro, create macro. We go to file, save as group, then we go to fusion, templates, edit, transitions, and give it a name, exploding particles. Save and close. If we go to our timeline, can copy this images, copy from the keyboard and I click paste. Let's delete this transition in the middle. Let's look for exploding. Under transitions, let's look for exploding particles. Drag it in the middle and we play it. And there it is in all its glory. Beautiful, isn't it? Thank you for joining me for the tutorial. I hope you learned one or two things. And do like and subscribe. I really would appreciate that. See you in the next one and take care. Bye.